Hey guys, so Tesla has signed a 16.5 billion US dollar deal with Samsung to make Tesla AI chips. Now, this is a pretty big deal for Samsung because you don't really know them for making AI processors necessarily. You know them for making processors for phones and making phones and stuff like that, but AI processors is kind of a new business for them. Well, I say new business in the sense that it's not something you really hear them doing all too often, but Tesla has just made this deal with Samsung, like an exclusive deal with Samsung for them to make Tesla's own custom processors. So we're going to go ahead and cover it in today's video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into this article by TechCrunch. Tesla signs a $16.5 billion deal with Samsung to make AI chips. So this deal is with Samsung's new Texas fabrication plant, which I didn't even know they had until now. Samsung is apparently having a brand new Texas fabrication plant for semiconductors, and this new Texas fabrication plant will be dedicated to making Tesla's next generation AI6 chip. Elon Musk posted on Twitter late Sunday evening. So basically, this is a deal with Samsung, and $16.5 billion for this kind of deal, I'm going to be completely honest, is kind of cheap. Getting an entire fabrication plant to yourself for your own processors for just 16 billion, and I know that sounds crazy, I know that sounds like absolutely insane, but just keep in mind this is getting an entire fabrication plant, which by the way I am sure cost more than 16.5 billion, all to yourself to make your own processors in. That's kind of a steal, honestly, for this kind of a level of investment. That's actually kind of a good deal. I'm not really sure how they scored this, but basically they're getting an entire fabrication plant to themselves for the new Tesla AI 6 or Hardware 6 chip, which is basically the company's bet on a all-in-one chip design. So I'm assuming a system on a chip processor, kind of similar to what Apple is doing. So CPU, GPU slash TPU for AI processing, unified memory probably, just the works, an all-in-one chip for processing the tasks required to handle things like driver assistance for like full self-driving, or the Optimus humanoid robots that Tesla is trying to make that still haven't really hit the market as far as I can tell. I haven't really heard of them hitting the market yet, but they're starting to see some more public usage. For example, I'm not really sure why it exists, but there's a Tesla diner now. Like there's just only one as far as I can tell, and it's they actually do have like the Tesla robots out there in this like diner that can like serve you, I think. So that's kind of cool. But, this is basically their huge bet on getting their own processor made in-house, at least in a partnership with Samsung, for basically all of their products. So this is going to be their main thing, this chip. Now, apparently Tesla is working with TSMC to make AI5 chips, which just finished the design. And this generation, the AI5, is built primarily for FSD and will initially be made in TSMC's Taiwan factory and then its Arizona facility. And Samsung apparently already makes the AI4 chip. So basically, I guess they're working like a generation ahead because they're not even completely done with the AI5 chip and they're already getting work done on the AI6 chip. So I guess this is a deal for far ahead in the future, but nevertheless, they still made this deal. Now, this deal is a pretty big boost for Samsung, like this article points out, which has struggled to get its chip manufacturing project off the ground after failing to attract and retain major clients, which is probably why they got such a good price on this, 16.5 billion. Now they said that they might end up spending more than this on Samsung chips, and the actual output is likely to be several times higher, but I guess this is the starting rate that they've calculated, 16.5 billion. Now, honestly, this deal unironically is kind of strategic for both Samsung and Tesla, because Samsung hasn't been able to get any major clients, just at all. They've completely failed in getting major clients. So their chip manufacturing processes are just kind of clear, like their schedule's open. So with this in mind, Tesla is able to get pretty decent prices on these chip manufacturing plants, and score contracts that effectively secure their place in that plant. So, you know what? It's kind of genius, because they don't really have any major clients right now. So Tesla swooped in, got a pretty good deal on the manufacturing, and, well, they just have like a semi-exclusivity thing going on where that factory is just kind of theirs. So this is also after Tesla switched over from NVIDIA's platform to its own custom chip in 2019. So for a while, Tesla's did used to use NVIDIA's own custom platform, but now they're taking an approach that certain AI companies are starting to take, wherein they're just making chips in-house to their own specifications. And to be honest, it does make sense. I mean, they have the money to do it, so why not do it? They have a lot of, income in the company. They can spend money to make their own chips, and arguably it's cheaper and allows them to have more control over how the AI itself works. So that's what they're doing, and they're putting all the steps in place in order to get these new processors out when the time is right. And I'm going to be kind of curious, especially because with those Tesla Optimus humanoid robots that they're talking about, I'm really curious to see when they're actually going to hit like the public market. And I especially wonder if the whole AI6 processor is a part of that plan to get these humanoid robots actually on market. I'm curious. I really want to see when these actually hit the market, because I don't know when this is going to hit the market. It's kind of, they've been talking about it for a while, but they still haven't really done it yet. They've had it in some public usage, but you can't really buy one as far as I can tell. At least not yet. So I'm curious to see if this is part of the plan to get a more wider release of these humanoid robots, because actual AI-powered humanoid robots are starting to become a thing, but at a very slow snail's pace. And it kind of just makes me wonder when we're actually going to see that in the consumer end of things. That is about it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care, you guys, and remember to stay safe out there.